welcome to my day in the life as a dance teacher. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I come into the kitchen and I put on some water to heat for tea. And then I go downstairs outside to get some sunlight in my eyes from the morning sun and also do a little bit of grounding to help ground my nervous system for the day and make me feel secure and ready to go. And then I come back in and my water is all hot and I make some roasted dandelion root tea. It's super good for your digestion and a great way to start the morning. And then I go ahead and start making my breakfast pretty much right away. I usually make about 3 eggs with some Redmond's real salt and butter, and I just fry them up in my pan. And then I fill up my Stanley with water from my Pro One water filter. It's a really good water filter. And then I use my mineral drops to make sure that I'm staying really hydrated. And then this is what my breakfast looks like. I have eggs, sausage, cottage cheese, and some fruit. Make sure I'm really starting out the day with high protein. And then I come into my bathroom and I go ahead and start getting ready, getting dressed, doing my hair. As you can see, I'm not used to filming myself, so I feel a little awkward, but I am doing my hair for ballet class, making sure it is up out of my face. And then here's my look for the day. I'm going all black. And I just like to make sure that my hair is pulled back in a way that helps with dancing and that I have my hair done and my jewelry on and everything set before I do my journaling. So in the morning, I make sure I do journaling about how I want my day to go, make sure I do some positive affirmations to get myself in the right headspace for teaching throughout the day so I can manage stress. And then here I go off to my first private lesson. It starts at 10, so I'm heading out around 9:40 and driving to their house. This lesson is going to be about an hour, and then I'm going to head over to teach at the Sportsplex, and I'm going to have a high protein snack with some coconut water for a boost of potassium before I head on in. And here I am in the Sportsplex. I'm setting up for class. We do rollout mirrors because we're in the rink, and I will set up some bars, and we'll have our class right up here. Okay, class went super great, and now I'm just driving back to the area of the city that I live in to grab some lunch that I called in and ordered from my favorite sushi spot. So I'm just waiting for a few minutes to grab my order because it wasn't quite ready. And then I'm heading out to my car for my quick drive home. Thankfully, I live super close to the sushi spot, so I'm just gonna drive home to enjoy my food. Okay, now that I'm back home, my ritual is to make some coffee. I actually drink decaf coffee because I don't like to use caffeine every day. So I'm just going to use my purified water, or my filtered water from my water filter. And then voila, I have some coffee, and I'm going to add some collagen peptides in my coffee. I love to add collagen to my coffee because it gives me a protein boost, and it also is really good for your joints, which is really important as I'm dancing all the time and teaching. And it also just makes it taste really yummy. My favorite brand is the Carnivore Aurelius beef collagen peptides. They're pasture raised and it's just so delicious. Okay, here's my sushi. It looks so good. I love to eat sushi because it's a perfect balance of carbs, fat, and protein, and it's so clean and delicious. And I'm obsessed with the ginger, so I actually just put ginger on top of every piece and eat it like that. Okay, now that I ate lunch, I'm gonna prep some things to take with me for my teaching this afternoon. So I am making a mineral beverage here that I can take with me when I teach. I can drink it in the car or when I'm teaching. So I use this pickleball cocktail. It's really high in potassium, so I actually balance it out with some Redmond's sea salt as well, just to kind of make sure that the ratios of the minerals are all in balance. And then I think it's sweetened with stevia, so I like to add just a little bit of fresh squeezed juice. Today I have tangerine juice, just to kind of balance out that stevia flavor. I don't love the stevia flavor. And then also I just feel like it's better for me to have a little bit of glucose in there. And then after I've prepped that, I'm going to go ahead and mark through my combos for the day. I like to do a little physical mark through sometimes just to make sure I'm remembering, especially some of the more complex things that I'm doing in class that day. So I'll just kind of mark through, I'll go through the arm positions, just make sure I remember the combos. And then I also sometimes review my choreo for the day with my notes. I'll go through and make sure that I'm hitting all the things I need to hit for class that day to make sure I'm aligning with where every level should be with the skills that they're learning. So I just check through, make sure that we're doing things we need to be doing, and then I will mark through the combinations sometimes for the classes like this too, where I'm sitting, so that I can really concentrate and use the notebook and go through with the music. So either way, sometimes I do both and sitting and in the living room, and sometimes I just do one or the other. And I had forgotten my coffee, so I went back and got my coffee, of course, so I could sip while I was reviewing some of my notes, just making sure I have everything lined up for my classes. And now I'm gonna pack my backpack, make sure I have my computer and my charger, everything for the day, and head out. So I actually have a really long commute to the studio I'm teaching at right now. It takes about an hour and a half, sometimes longer with traffic, because the traffic gets really backed up at that time of day. So I'm just going to be cruising through traffic for a while. A lot of times I listen to podcasts or music, and I will maybe drink my mineral drink now if I'm feeling a little stressed in the traffic, just to make sure I'm supporting and nourishing my body and mind while I'm on the way, so that when I arrive after this long drive, I feel ready to go with the kids, especially since I've already been teaching in the morning. And I actually needed to grab some gas today, so I went ahead and got some on the way there, so that at night after the classes I didn't have to get any. And here I am at the studio walking in for the day, and here I am in one of my classes. So we had actually decided we were going to do a fun day today, and we're doing a butterfly ballet day for level 2. So everybody got to wear something to do with butterflies if they wanted, and it was super fun. We really enjoyed it. We took a lot of pictures. It was a really great day, and they were working hard. And then here I am having my snack in between classes. So I'm having some cheese and some chips and salsa just to keep me going. And then now I am back into teaching. So that break was probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm back into classes. This is my level 3 class, and now I have prepped for level 4, and I'm waiting for my level 4 class to come on in. Here they are. This is in the middle of class. We just did a stretch in the middle. And then for some reason, my recording of driving home deleted. So here I am coming home. I drove about an hour back. It doesn't take as long without the traffic at night. I'm walking back in to my house. It's about 10 o'clock now, maybe 10:30. And I'm going to go ahead and take a shower from teaching all day. Started teaching at 10 this morning, so definitely need a shower. And after I get my shower, I'll go ahead and head to the kitchen and eat the dinner that I have prepped. So I usually, again, do like a high protein dinner with rice or potatoes, some kind of carb with it. And I'm going to reheat it in the air fryer for just a couple minutes just to get it warmed up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. And I also like to have a glass of milk with my dinner every night. The fat and calcium and magnesium and everything in milk is really good for sleep, but also milk can increase your stomach acid, so it's great for digestion since I have to eat so late. And then here I am rolling out my feet before bed. I like to make sure I roll out because I'm on my feet all day, and this is just really good for my feet and my pelvic floor before I go to sleep and to help prevent any problems with my feet. And then I use red light at night so that I can go to sleep faster since I'm coming home and going right to bed. And good night.